Hey everybody, it's Tom with Splinter Sports Talk, and right now I want to talk a little college football. Listen, there's some things I love about college, there's some things I hate about college football, especially this time of the year. But the first thing is this past, I went up to the University of Michigan and watched the football game. I'll tell you what, let me tell you a little bit, and I don't want you to cry when I tell you this, but anyways, that is such a magical place to see a game. If you haven't been there, you gotta go. Just like the Penn State with the whiteout. I mean, a magical place to see it. But here's what makes it most magical. Last year, many of these stadiums, we couldn't go watch the games. So this year, when we got there, which was a debacle getting there, it was so interesting because I've never seen so many grown adults act like children. You thought they were children in a playground. And it was beautiful because you had 110,000 people so happy just to be able to go to a college football game, get out and watch the team that they love. And I'll tell you what, it was so wonderful to do in September. A great day. The weather was perfect. The fans were amazing. I've never seen a crowd so happy to be to a college game. Now listen, here's what bothers me right now about college football. And I don't care who you root for. I don't care what's your favorite team. I don't care about any of that. I don't care what school you went to. But what bothers me the most is, why are we doing rankings before the season even starts? Why are we doing rankings after one game? Some people were coming out with rankings on Sunday before Monday, before games were even played. So Clemson gets beat by Georgia, but yet Clemson was still ranked higher than Georgia in some rankings, which I think was just crap. Um, Another thing that really bothers me right now, and this is the earliest I've ever seen this, is why are we discussing college bowl games now? I don't want to talk about college bowl games now. I don't care. It's September. I want to see college football. I want to see NFL football. I don't want to know who you think is going to play in the Outback Bowl in January 1st in September. I don't care. So anyways, listen, we have the rankings out. Let's go over them real quick here. It's the usual Alabama #1. Until someone beats them, listen, they deserve to be there. I'm a Michigan fan, but I'm just going to say until someone beats Alabama, they need to be there. Georgia #2, Oklahoma 3, Oregon 4. Thank God Oregon beat Ohio State. Ohio State actually played a tough game with Minnesota. Then they go to Oregon, so I have to give them credit. They didn't play cream puffs to begin the season. And we got Iowa at 5, Clemson at 6. I think you're overrated. Texas A&M overrated. Cincinnati, they got you playing pretty good there. So Ohio State 9, Cincinnati 8, Ohio State 9. Penn State is ranked 10th. Florida 11th. You're done with that, Florida. You ain't going to be at 11 no more. You're going to get whooped this week by Alabama. That's going to be a bad game there. The Penn State game is very interesting against Auburn, the whiteout. I think that's going to be a great game. I look forward to hopefully Penn State winning that game against Auburn. Notre Dame, you're ranked 12th. I mean, is that really where you should be? I think you've gotten lucky in a couple games now. Not really too fond of those victories. UCLA, I think you play in a weak conference, a weak schedule. So right now you're 13. You're probably going to keep winning some of those games. They're going to move you up. And then you're going to get beat up in the end. Iowa State, you lost to a tough Iowa team. I think you were ranked a little bit too high. Virginia Tech, Coastal Carolina 16. Mississippi 17. Wisconsin 18. You lost to Penn State in the season opener. Hey, I love when you play the tough games right away. Arizona State 19. Then you got Arkansas. Great game this past week, Arkansas. UNC, I think you're still too high. I don't think you should be ranked. Auburn #22 with that big game this week. We'll see what happens there. BYU 23, Miami 24, Michigan 25. Now, Miami, I don't even think that you should be ranked. So I think that you've played horrible to start this season. We'll see if you can turn it around this week when you're going to play Michigan State. I don't know if you can. So, this week's games here, let's look at this week's games right now. So we'll start with that Miami game. Miami and Michigan State. I have a feeling Michigan State's going to beat Miami. You got Michigan and Northern Illinois. Ugh. Michigan is going to run the ball, run the ball, run the ball, run the ball. I don't know. I think you need to work on the passing game a little bit, guys. 44 yards or whatever you pass for is pretty rough. I think that when we go to Wisconsin, if you don't work on the passing game, I think it's gonna come and it's gonna wreck your day. So anyways, we got Coastal at Buffalo. Coastal's going to win that game. Oklahoma's going to beat the daylights out of Nebraska. Nebraska, it's almost time to look for a new coach there. Texas A&M all over New Mexico. Iowa's going to rough up Kent State. Clemson's going to beat up Georgia Tech. Arkansas is going to be all over Georgia Southern. Penn State, Auburn, there's the game right there. So, really, Penn State, I think they're going to beat Auburn. That defense is going to step up. I think Virginia is going to pull the upset over UNC. Arizona State is going to beat BYU. UCLA is going to slip past Fresno at a high-scoring game there. Now, when we go up to these games here, I look at Alabama all over Florida, probably by 40. I think Florida is way overrated. I don't like your quarterback situation that you currently got going on. So, I don't know. Florida, I'm sorry. I think you're going to get beat. Virginia Tech all over West Virginia. I actually am going to take Indiana to beat Cincinnati. Cincinnati, you got a good team, but I think Indiana, I think they're going to win that game. Notre Dame all over Purdue. Ohio State all over Tulsa. Georgia all over South Carolina. Mississippi beats Tulane. Iowa State over UNLV. So that's what I think is going to happen in college football. Can we at least wait? Until sometime in October, late October, before we start talking bowl games? Can we at least wait until we're about 3 or 4 games in before we start ranking teams, so people get a chance to see who's going to do what? So anyways, folks, catch me on my next episode. Love what's going on in college football. All the fans in the stadium. It's great. The atmosphere is awesome. So, we're off to a great football season. You have a wonderful Saturday of college football.